Hello, and welcome to Old Toy, New Joy, the show where I share with you my previously enjoyed toys I purchased from online sources, thrift stores, and collector's shows, and what's belonged to someone else. Things such as wrestling figures, Star Wars, Thundercats, Star Trek, Transformers, Masters of the Universe, Superpowers, marbles, baseball cards, hockey cards, comic books, whatever this is, vintage Hot Wheels, Smurfs, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and much, much more. I was at Hamilton Collecticon just a few days ago, and I picked up this beautiful vintage action figure case I had never seen before. I purchased this from the same vendor who sold me Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling, or often referred to as the LJN collector's case, even though it does not fit most LJNs, made by Tara Toys, just a few months ago. And you can see that they are identical in size and style, but they have very different graphics on the outside. And Tara Toys also made cases like this for toy lines such as Transformers, G.I. Joe, Masters of the Universe, Beetlejuice, and this smaller Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collector's case. And if you're watching my channel, Old Toy New Joy, for the first time, you may already be thinking to yourself, wow, this guy collects a lot of different stuff. Yes, I do. Please check out my other 130 plus episodes. I think you might be pleasantly surprised. But in any event, let's take a closer look at this beautiful case. Like I say, I've never seen this case before. I've even looked on eBay. Now that I purchased it, it's not on eBay. And eBay usually has everything. The guy I bought it from, he had never seen it before either. Let's take a look at these graphics. Unlicensed graphics. We do have a cityscape here with some type of superhero. Here's another one. Almost Marvel-like. Late 70s, early 80s kind of comic book styles. We're going to take a look at the inside in a moment, which is, I think, very different from the outside. We'll get a look at the top. Handle is still well intact. Usually that cracks out of the cardboard and plastic and comes out after some use, especially if the child fills the case with figures. But this one, I don't think this one was even used. And you'll notice all over this case are the words Great Heroes. That can mean anything to anybody. Play Adventure, City, and Jumbo Collector's Case. What does that mean? Well, you can use it as a play set, and when we look inside, you'll see why. Adventure can mean anything. Jumbo, it's pretty darn big. And collector's case. It doesn't tell you what to put in here. Most likely you're going to put action figures in here, but which action figures is completely up to you. And here's the inside of the case. Very cool. We'll get a closer look in a moment, but I can tell you it looks like there are 4 different scenes. So you could sort of treat this as a play set. You can really use your imagination. Put your figures in there and act out scenarios. Top left, it looks like we have some bank robbers breaking out of a vault. Bottom left, looks like we're in a subway station, causing some trouble. Top right, car chase maybe about to happen. We got a getaway car with some bank robbers coming out. Here's some police. There are policemen and security guards with guns throughout this case. And then bottom right. Okay, I see what's happening. So bottom right is a continuation of bottom left. So that's before and after. The tracks are exploding now. And left and right are related to each other because we got the bank robbery happening on the inside and then the getaway on the outside. Okay, I get it. Very cool. So very sci-fi on the outside and very gritty, dirty, hairy on the inside. And that just leaves it open to whatever figures you want to put in here. So as I mentioned before, and you saw on the box, it says this case is from 1984. Well, there were a lot of action figures, really cool, popular action figures out there by 1984. Some had started in the 70s and were still going. Some had just started that year. So lots of options to put in here. I think I'd like to put a little bit of everything in today, because I can't choose one line. So we'll put a bunch of toy lines in. So we'll start with Masters of the Universe. Some of these don't stand so well. And then we'll move on to, oh, I don't know, how about a couple of G1 Transformers? If you'd like to know more about these, where I got them from, what they are, you're going to have to go back and look at my episodes, please. See what I have. I think you'll like it. And then we've got a couple of 3 3/4 G.I. Joes. And then we'll move on to, well, you gotta have Star Wars, right? Sorry, that's the best I can do. Here's something from Battlestar Galactica. And then we've got a little bit of Hasbro Wrestling. So this was not from 1984. These guys came out a little bit later, but they're still pretty cool. And they'll fit in the case. I think the case gives about 7 inches of clearance. Just watching some old 1990s Royal Rumble stuff on YouTube this morning for fun. And then we've got some Thundercats. Snarf. And Superpowers. Voila. Looking good. So thank you so much for tuning in today to Old Toy New Joy and allowing me to share my newly acquired Great Heroes Play Adventures City and Jumbo Collector's Case by Tara Toys from 1984. If you liked the video, please like the video, and we will keep them coming. In the meantime, I love reading comments from viewers of my channel. So if you have something to share from your own collection, a story, a comment, an experience, or a question about something that you saw, please don't hesitate to put it in the comments. I'll read it. Until next time, this is your Toy Whisperer saying farewell from Old Toy, New Joy.